Caitlin got admitted into the hospital tonight.
Because we like to keep it real, we're going to tell you what happened. We've had some regression with the dogs. Scout was the one who bit me. Got really infected, so.
Can you believe this? All from a little dog bite.
I still love Scout very much. Howard actually has to go and get her and bring her to animal control so they can look at her.
Good girl.
Hey guys. Found you guys on YouTube because I was watching dog videos. Not every day I get to hang out with celebrities. Yeah.
If you're new here, we're Howard and Caitlin Newstate, and for the past 2 years, we've been traveling full-time in our Winnebago Navion with our 2 puggles, Piper and Ella. Earlier this year, we headed south of the border to RV through central Mexico, and then COVID hit. We quarantined on an island, and that's where we met Scout, a little island beach dog who was looking for food and love. After caring for her for 3 months, we made the emotional discovery that she actually had a family.
They basically said that if we loved her, we could take her because we could give her a better life because they can't afford to feed her.
We shared our YouTube video about her adoption, and that's when the Dodo, a huge animal news network, reached out to interview us and share her story. Since then, 25 million people like you have cried and laughed along with us, falling in love with Scout just like we did. Safe to say she became pretty famous. Fast forward, and this little island dog turned adventure RV pup is loving life on the road. Everything was great until we got to the mountains of Colorado.
We just got back from the clinic.
Because we like to keep it real, we're going to tell you what happened. Because it's not always rainbows and sunshine. We've had some regression with the dogs, and they've been getting into fights when one of them sees something outside, like an animal, like a chipmunk or a bird or something, and then there's this energy, and then they like attack each other.
And it's not over food or any of the, I guess, like the most common things.
It's the weirdest thing. And so usually we can kind of see when it's happening and prevent it from escalating, but this morning it got pretty bad, and I unfortunately was in the middle of it and got bit. So out of an abundance of caution and out of an abundance of pain, we went to an urgent care. And so I have 10 days of antibiotics and a tetanus shot. And they basically just asked like if all the dogs were up to date on their shots. Scout was the one who bit me, but it was not her intention to bite me whatsoever. Like, I should not have put my hand in the middle of them and tried to separate them the way I did.
That was scary, and she's still in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because it's like right on my wrist here and on my hand here. So puncture wounds are
down.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. No real damage. Just the risk of infection, so that's why I wanted to get antibiotics and that kind of stuff.
Caitlin, that's a good look.
It turns out my sweet husband makes an excellent nurse. And he made me a makeshift sling.
Yep, the ice pack.
My ice pack in there because my hand is hella swollen.
It is.
Real bad. Very painful.
Sorry, my love. So just providing an update, Caitlin got admitted into the hospital tonight because the infection, I think, has been pushed into her arm. And so they're administering via IV some heavier antibiotics. And then they're having a surgeon come and take a look at her to determine if they might need to reopen the wound in order to try and clean it out. Either way, Caitlin's gonna spend the night in the hospital. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I can't be there with her. I'm not allowed to even be in the ER, let alone the hospital room that they're taking her up to, which is kind of a bummer. She's gonna let me know once she gets settled up in her room. So, good night, Caitlin.
Coming to you from my first ever hospital stay overnight. It was the right thing to do to come here. We'll see how it looks over the next 24 hours. So fingers crossed that these antibiotics work because the amoxicillin was not working. Really sucks. Well, I ordered one of my favorite things, which is French toast. If you've been following us at all, you know I love French toast. So I saw that on the menu and had to get it, and some scrambled eggs. I'm feeling okay right now. They said that my white blood cell count is looking good. So
That's a good sign that the antibiotics that they're giving me this time are actually working. I still can't see my arm, so trying to film left-handed is hard. It's all wrapped up in a splint, but got my IV there. It's really weird being here alone. It's video chatting with Howard, but you know, we're never apart. We're always together in the RV, so this is definitely strange. Update, the doctor came in and looked at it, and the concern right now is the swelling, and if there is pus, then the antibiotics can't actually reach the infection, and so they have to keep me another 24 hours. I also just found out that Howard can come visit me. You're allowed to have one visitor per day when you're here out of the ER. That's great news because he can come and hang out with me and bring me a couple of things, because obviously when I came to the hospital last night, I didn't think I'd be staying for a couple of days. Animal bites are not anything to mess with, and I have learned a very hard lesson. These telephones are ancient. 5, 3, 6, 3. Oh God, somebody was talking. I pushed the wrong button. 6, 3, 2, 5.
Close room service dining.
Hi there, I'd like to order some food on whole wheat. Can I do turkey and BLT with avocado? Yes, please. It's a very good sandwich. So, when an animal bite occurs in Summit County, which is where we are, hospitals are required to report it to animal control because they need to make sure the dog or the animal is up to date on all its vaccinations and everything. So animal control called me about an hour ago, and they just asked a bunch of questions, made sure it was my dog, and because Scout is up to date on all her immunizations, we can self-quarantine her for 10 days. Well, Howard actually has to go and get her and bring her to animal control so they can look at her. This is just a major reminder to every pet owner. It's so important to have your pets up to date on all of their shots. If she wasn't up to date, it could be really bad, and they could take her from us potentially and quarantine her. We're really glad she gets to stay at home with us. It took all my energy to tell that story.
Okay, so we just came out of animal control, and it was simple. Like, they just wanted to see that Scout wasn't foaming at the mouth or had any signs of rabies. They took a photocopy, since I had it with us, of her rabies vaccination just to prove that. Now, unfortunately, Scout's not gonna be allowed to go out, so that means no dog park for her, no parks, no hiking for 10 days. She has to stay inside the RV, except to come out for like potty breaks. In 10 days time, we have to come back here just to, again, confirm that she doesn't show any signs of rabies. No rabies for Scout. Okay.
This is awful. But nurses are amazing.
Good. Can you believe this? All from a little dog bite.
No. Oh, God.
How are you feeling?
Really bad. I was okay till whatever time that was, like 3 o'clock. Pain came back really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so your arms look better.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, why you're having more pain, I'm not really sure. It doesn't feel any different than it did. But that's really hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this side didn't used to be, it's like moved. Remember I was saying that earlier?
Yep.
Yeah.
So our friends Sean and Ashley from Richmond surprised us with some Chipotle comfort food to hopefully cheer up Caitlin. So let's see if it works.
Caitlin, it's like super dark in here. Guess what?
I had a feeling it might be that.
Yeah.
Ashley, like this?
Yep.
That's it.
Courtesy of Sean and Ashley.
Thank you, Sean and Ashley.
Yeah.
Rock.
And it's exactly what you like. I made sure of it.
I'm on a lot of medicine and I'm trying to eat left-handed.
Yeah, but it's like your favorite comfort food.
It was a toss-up. I was either going to get you McDonald's or Chipotle. And thank you.
Oh man.
Caitlin, you're so fresh and so clean.
Shower. It was awesome. It's now Friday.
Yes.
The days start to blend together when you've been in the hospital for a while. My arm is looking much better.
Yeah.
So you can see it's still kind of swollen, but
But see, all the streaks are gone.
yeah,
I mean, it used to go all the way up your arm.
yeah,
Yeah. And then the backside's pretty good.
so much better. So no surgery, thank goodness. It's a major relief.
So, Caitlin, what would you advise to people if they get a dog bite?
Well, I would say try not to get a dog bite.
But if they get a dog bite, Caitlin, what should they do?
Definitely go to urgent care first. I think we did the right thing in going there first and getting on antibiotics immediately. But then as soon as you see swelling, like the antibiotics should start to kick in within 24 hours. And if you don't see any improvement, then come to the hospital because you could be at risk of the infection getting worse or becoming septic, or the infection gets into your blood, and that's no good. And don't try to be tough. Don't try to be tough.
Don't try and be tough.
Yeah, like...
You thought you were tough?
No, I know I wasn't, but I'm telling other people not to be. Like, if you think, like, oh, I can just ride this out, you don't... Infection like that is nothing to play with. No, I know I wasn't being tough. Are you kidding me? I was crying. I'm not tough. I tried to be brave. You can stop filming.
No, I'm not. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me.
Yeah.
Take care.
Time for my checkup.
It's okay.
Two days since I was released from the hospital. 3 days.
Yeah. Hopefully you get a clean bill of health. All right, let's go.
So update for my doctor's appointment today. I'm healing nicely, and it was the same doctor that I saw at urgent care last week when it first happened, and she was so sorry that I had gotten so worse and was really surprised to see me that. She said I'm like in the 10% of dog bites that get that bad. So it's healing nicely. I have a couple more days of antibiotics, and I'm keeping it wrapped up just because it feels better to have it supported, but I have hand exercises to do to start strengthening those muscles in there again. So all good news, and yeah, hopefully I'll be back to normal soon.
Well, we're all really glad that you're back.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
including the dogs.
Just giving me lots of cuddles. Mwah.
Sweet dog.
Yes, you are. Oh, thank you. Over the next couple of weeks, we dove into researching ways to improve the situation between Piper, Ella, and Scout, watching videos, reading books, reaching out for advice, and trying different tactics. It's a big day in the Newstates household because we are going to our first ever training appointment. Are you ready?
Oh, they're ready because they don't know what's going on. Yeah.
That's when we connected with Steve Delaney.
Hey guys, all right, welcome to the doghouse.
A trainer with over 16 years of experience located in Breckenridge who is willing to help us.
I wear many hats, running around all day long, sit, and love what I do. It's, my life. It's a dog's life.
And as it turned out, he already knew Scout's story.
Found you guys on YouTube because I was watching dog videos. So, I can't get enough. Do all kinds of training from like search and rescue dogs, agility training, to aggression issues, putting on a padded suit and taking numerous bites to get a dog to rehabilitate so they can be homed rather than being euthanized. Very passive-aggressive exercise. Builds the trust between your dog and you. Yeah. That's a sweetheart. Go free. Not running off scared. Piper, Ella, and Scout came in here, there wasn't really harmony in the home. You know, they were fighting amongst each other. There was kind of resource guarding. There was packing out. The two are siblings, so there was issues with the siblings going after the newly adopted dog. So we just worked on kind of creating harmony and a bond to where they're all equal, and then mom and dad are alphas of that pack. Ella. Not afraid. Just learning boundaries. Sit. And that way they look to mom and dad rather than fighting among each other. And that resolves issues with aggression amongst each other.
Steve spent several hours with us, analyzing the dynamic of the pups and giving us tactics and tricks to work on their behavioral issues.
Go free.
Turns out Ella is the problem child of the group, and she and Scout are usually the ones who end up fighting.
Ella, sit. Sit. Smart girl. Right? The smart ones are always the pain in the butt anyway. We hold them on the back as a trust exercise, which we saw I demonstrated with Scout, and that's just to build trust, to build a bond. So we do that to kind of take it down a peg almost, for them to look at us as we're up here, and then that they're looking to us to resolve issues rather than taking it out with each other.
Right on cue.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So we're not hopeless, right, our situation?
Absolutely not. You guys have no problem. You know, it takes time. It's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But just be thankful you don't have like a 200-pound mastiff here that you're having to work with, or 2 of them for that matter.
They wouldn't fit in the RV.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
So cute.
Not every day I get to hang out with celebrities. Yeah.
What'd you think, Scout?
Yeah. I know. Look at that tail. You love me, don't you? Yeah. Wow.
I feel so empowered and so much better knowing that this isn't hopeless. It's amazing.
It was amazing. And it's not even major things. It's like little games. Just showing dominance is the path forward for us to have good behaving dogs.
Yeah, his style I'm totally on board with, because I know that Piper and Ella have lacked discipline and boundaries and rules, and so it's going to take time and effort to reestablish those. But with the tools and tricks that he's given us, I definitely feel like we're on a path forward. I feel this weight has been lifted, and I know it's going to be a lot of work, but we're committed because we love these little rascals.
Well, an update for you now. It is a month later, a month exactly since I got bit, and I've healed up pretty nicely. I still have a little bit of soreness in my wrist, but overall I'm much better.
And in that month, a lot has happened and some stuff hasn't happened. We haven't resolved the issues completely. It is, as Steve said, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but we are doing the exercises and we are practicing good behavior for everyone, including ourselves.
Steve has even checked in with us to make sure that things are still going smoothly.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say a mixed bag.
And he says that he'll keep checking in with us and wants us to be successful too, so that everybody is living in peace here in the house.
As always, thanks so much for watching. And if you want to continue on the adventure with us, remember to subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications when we post our newest video every single week.
If you want to see more of what Piper, Ella, and Scout are up to, just watch some of these videos here.
Thanks for watching.